I want to share with you two sentences, and there may be a part of you that really doesn't like the sentences that I share with you, so watch for that. There may be a part of you that really feels into the sentences, and it does feel okay. So sentence number one is, you have never suffered in your life. You have never suffered in your life. And sentence number two is, right now, there is no one that can suffer. Right now, in this moment, there is no one that can suffer. Now, these sentences might cause conflict to your perceived experience. So you may get images, thoughts, feelings that tell you otherwise, that you have suffered a lot, and that right now you can continue to suffer, and you will continue to suffer in the future. From my personal experience, I can definitely relate to feeling suffering. For several years, I literally felt like almost every second of the day I was in intense pain, danger, suffering, really traumatic suffering. That was my reality. Depression, panic attacks, suicidal thoughts, all sorts of suffering-based thoughts and feelings. So I really speak from the experience of feeling as though suffering is real when I say now that I have never suffered. I've never suffered. And right now there is no one that can suffer. You see, when you look closely at who is it that has suffered, who is it that can suffer now, that worries about the future, and thus feels like they're suffering. When you really pay close attention to who is it that's suffering, where's the one that suffered? What do you find? What do you find from your direct experience? Do you find a real individual? Do you find an individual located somewhere, separate individual? Or do you find a cluster of thoughts and feelings and images that you have associated yourself, identified yourself with for years upon years? And so it does feel like you suffer when you are that image in your head. I could tune into a story of Sam and certainly feel as though Sam has had his fair share of suffering. And I'd get images, I'd get feelings, I'd get memories, thoughts. But if I really pay close attention, there's no one there. There's no one there who's actually suffered. And just like right now, there's no one here right now that can actually suffer. There may be some intense sensations that arise, some anxiety, some discomfort in the body, some thoughts about fear, images, unpleasant images may arise. But there doesn't have to be suffering. If I'm aware enough to see that these thoughts, images and feelings are not actually what I am, that there is a safety net, there's a There's a deeper space, we could say, always there, completely untouched by any thought, feeling, image, completely untouched. So keep sinking back into that space, that deepest space, which is beyond any thought, beyond any feeling, and see with your own experiential discovery. Really test, keep testing if it doesn't feel real. Have I really suffered? Is there really suffering going on right now? Who is the one who is suffering? Or am I just completely free? What if I'm completely free right now from any past suffering or future suffering?